Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Friday, 3rd July 2026 Aries. Give your loved ones attention that they need. Don't let anyone go about their day without saying you love them. Life is too short and getting shorter with every day. So feel free to be confrontational about serious issues that need to be addressed. You're responsible for your own feelings, so don't play the role of the victim. You'll only experience more pain and resentment later. Taurus, don't run away from tension today. Any sort of emotional stress you feel will be compounded tremendously if it isn't dealt with right away. Be in the moment while the moment is here. The more you face the present, the less you regret the future. Clear up any situations that arise and move forward. People may not understand your needs and concerns until you verbalize them. Gemini, stop hiding behind the intellectual barrier that you may have put up. Playing games will not get you anywhere. True strength is being able to demonstrate that you have the courage to say what you feel, especially regarding someone close to you. If you need to say something, say it. Don't wait until the situation escalates to an unhealthy argument before you finally get your feelings out. Cancer, stop trying to feel everyone else's emotions and really feel your own. Being empathetic to others isn't a charitable need, but you need to face the music and look at yourself. Make a clear distinction between your needs and those of others. Express your feelings to those around you. Ask for help if you need it. Other people aren't mind readers. They probably have no idea what you feel. Leo, it may seem like either side of the bed is right to wake up on. The only solution you might be able to come up with today is to go back to bed. Focus on your heart because it is trying to tell you that it needs attention. Emotions may be running quite high, so be extra careful of how you treat yourself and others. Virgo, you could feel like you're being double-crossed by a loved one today, but it could be that your own words are being used against you in a way that makes you feel like the bad guy. When it comes time to taking a rebuttal for your behalf, make sure you let the other person know that you're confronting their behavior and not attacking them as a person. Libra, you may say one thing this minute and the opposite the next. Usually you can jump from one issue to another with no problem, but today people are likely going to call you out on it. Think about what you really mean before you say it. Don't do all your thinking aloud where other people can't hear. Your continuous thought process might be mistaken for a final analysis. Confusion could arise, so ensure to debunk it. Scorpio, the subtle tension in the air today might be just what you need to make sure you're aware of subconscious issues that affect your behavior. You will find that you need a lot to get off your chest. The more honest you can be with the pain people have caused you, the more loving words will flow from your heart. Open the channels of communication, let it flow, and surely you'll be healed in the end. Sagittarius, stop being an enabler to someone who cares deeply. It could be that you're helping a continuous dangerous addictive behavior simply because you want to avoid a nasty confrontation. Realize that this is doing neither party any good. The more you perpetuate the lie, the more it will continue to hurt all parties involved. Be open and honest about your concerns. Capricorn, you may have found yourself having some issues with food lately. It could be that your self-worth isn't at its highest and you're trying to make up for it by sabotaging your relationship with the body. Food is healthy nourishment that you need. Your body deserves respect. You need to always give it proper fuel so it can remain healthy. Aquarius, if there's an issue that needs to be brought to the table now, feel free to do so. Don't hold back just to maintain a relationship with equilibrium. Don't sacrifice your own peace of mind just to keep it from rocking the boat. Contributing unhealthy lies to maintain a healthy facade doesn't do anyone any good. Be totally honest with yourself, your feelings, and the people around you. Pisces, the intensity of the day is apt to bring opposition that you aren't necessarily expecting. Whether it's being verbalized or not, the confrontations are quite real. Do not underestimate a loved one's emotions. Stand up these issues and be realistic about their solutions. No one expects you to have all the right answers, so don't pretend that you do. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Friday, 3rd July 2026. Do have yourself a wonderful day.
DBS family, yeah, this face is back again. Of course, it's your boy Vision, and we're back here for another installation of DBS this morning. Of course, I hope you did some yoga or Zumba if Trevor Lawrence right before this. You all know, so you must be having a little sweat. Cool on, relax, okay? The tea boiling, the bread in the oven, whatever it is you're eating, is coming up, all right? Just like the amazing package we have for you here. But before we do that, of course, we got to check with the news desk, see what they got to say. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. 40 lives lost in just 6 months, and with guns driving most of the bloodshed, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force says it is stepping up the fight against violent crime and calling on the public to help stop the killings.
Our figure now stands at 40 and represents a 25% increase of where we were last year. The majority of these homicides have been firearm related, as we've continued to report over previous periods. 73% or 29 out of the 40 are firearm related. Stabbings was the second most common method, involved in 9 incidents, blunt force trauma in 2. The victim demographics, and I think Chief Fire Officer did allude to it, shows a stark gender disparity, with males accounting for 93%, 37 males out of the 40 victims. The age group 21 to 35 is the dominant category.
He knows that while the figures remain concerning, investigators have successfully detected 17 of the 40 homicide cases, with significant progress also being made in some of the remaining investigations. We continue with the broadcast with news that the Senate chamber was the scene of intense debate as senators considered a packed agenda that included millions of dollars in government borrowing, tax relief measures, and a series of legislative amendments. Defending the government's borrowing strategy, leader of government business, Senator Alison Jean, said refinancing maturing bonds, notes, and treasury bills is both necessary and responsible and would help protect the country's financial standing and maintain investor confidence.
The financing strategy is intended to, first of all, ensure continuity of government financing operations. Secondly, reduce rollover risks associated with short-term instruments. Also, lengthen the average maturity profile of the debt portfolio and maintain investor confidence in government securities. Madam President, the government's financing strategy is guided by principles of fiscal responsibility and prudent debt management. The Department of Finance has engaged brokers and investors who have indicated strong interest in government securities despite ongoing economic uncertainty.
Opposition Senator Elisha Norbert questioned both the level of borrowing and a decision to consolidate at least 5 of the motions before the Senate. According to him, this denied members the opportunity to properly debate the issues. St. Lucia's impressive performance in this year's Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment has once again put the spotlight on the island's education system. But even as students and teachers celebrate their success, questions remain about whether the CPEA is adequately preparing children for the demands of secondary school.
The corresponding grades for the exams are not always so high. So, there's the issue of, whether the SBA is actually a true reflection of, the student's ability. I think another issue or another concern is the fact that, not all countries in the Caribbean have signed up for the CPEA. In fact, I believe only St. Lucia, Grenada, and St. Vincent are party to the CPEA, and other notable countries.
The debate has intensified as some countries in the region move away from the examination model, while others continue to support its emphasis on critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Finally from us, health officials are urging St. Lucians to make safer choices when it comes to their sexual health, warning that alcohol and substance use can often lead to risky behavior and unprotected sex. Senior Medical Officer for Infectious Diseases, Dr. Gail Kajada, says people should be proactive and prepared, particularly in situations where they may be more likely to make impulsive decisions.
I would like to remind persons to, first of all, be proactive and carry your condoms with you. if you find yourself in a situation and you are under the influence of substances and you are likely to do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, for example, a sudden sexual encounter, you want to ensure that you have some form of protection to do so. And plus, you wouldn't like yourself to be in a situation where your partner says, I don't have a condom. Hey, you can show them the condom, so that issue about a condom is not there.
Dr. Kajada says condoms remain one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of sexually transmitted infections and should be used even by persons taking PrEP. She's also urging or encouraging couples in long-term relationships to get tested together and openly share the results, noting that people living with HIV or other sexually transmitted infections can still lead healthy lives and maintain healthy relationships with the proper treatment and support. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Thanks so much, News Desk. Of course, it's DBS This Morning. Stick around. We'll be right back. Now, we are officially into the month of July. And in St. Lucia, that means it's Carnival time. It's a good time for all of us. A happy moment. Of course, we're about to balance and be all over the place. And one of the biggest shows coming up nationally, at least, that is Intercommercial House. We got to chime in with Ika. She was last year's first run-up and looking to grab that title this year. We had a chat with her to see what's her mindset, what's her strategy, what's going on for this year for Intercommercial House. Let's see what she has to say. DBS family, right now we are getting into the brunt of the season. And we know about, the Power Soca Monarchs, about the Calypso Monarchs. But there's an in-between that we always need to fit in and capitalize on and get to know what is really going down, especially on the corporate side of St. Lucia, because it gets real hot inside of there. And of course, who else to tell us and show us about how hot it gets? None other than Ika joining us here this morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm perfect, actually.
Right.
So, Ika, of course, last year, you were one of the champions, all right? I'll put it that way. Okay,
like
you're
that.
one of the champions,
Yes.
all right? There's a champion, but you're one of the champions, all right? And I know this year you're coming strong and harder to get that champion. You were first runner-up last year and so on in the Intercommercial House. Tell us about that journey last year. How was it for you?
Oh boy, wow. Last year was an icebreaker for me. Despite the fact that I have been in music for so long, over 20 years, professionally, last year was my first actual competition. So yeah, believe me, that was a breaking point as far as thinking you know so much, but hitting that stage.
When you get, you could prepare all you can, but it's the night is on the night.
Exactly. So it was nerve-wracking, but it was a great experience. I'm still thankful that I got first runner-up, and that gave me a boost this year to come bigger, better, and harder. And of course, taking notes from last year, taking notes from this year as well, from the various Calypso tents. Definitely gonna put on a good show next Thursday. Already, that come too fast. I can't.
Imagine that.
We ready?
The days just going fast. So just imagine for this year what's going to happen.
Oh yes.
Because I know you dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, and you've been waiting since then.
Yes.
All right. You represent SSDF, correct?
Yeah.
How has the support been with them?
Tremendous, all around support from my executive director to our line staff to even our sanitation, our cleaners. Everybody is on board, and we come in this year with the same vitality, the same support last year with our T-shirts, our flags, and everybody making noise. So we come in the same way. Yeah, and oh yes, and singing my chorus as well. Full support.
Okay, all right. So I guess that's a little some cats out of the bag. That's what to expect when it comes to your performance. When it comes to the intercommercial side, how does it differ when it comes to, because I mean you've been a backup singer, I'm probably you've sung across different.
Oh, yeah.
So how does intercommercial vary from the other competitions when it comes to in terms of the grand carnival scene?
Okay, well, like it is said from Teddy Francis, it's supposed to be the biggest staff party of the season. Now, it started off, being serious. There were a few champions who came with some real strong songs.
Right.
But lately, over the years, it has been coming down to be more fun, more energetic. That's why we have that mixture of soca and calypso.
Right.
Everybody trying their best to bring something good,
Right.
even groovy too.
Right.
Yeah, we have that incorporated as well. The competition has evolved over time, but it's all left to the crowd and the judges as to who will reign for that specific night.
Right.
But overall, the national competition is more serious. The lyrics are stronger. The prize is bigger.
I tell you what to say now.
Yes, the prize is bigger, but the national competition, there's so much more weight on your shoulders
Right.
as far as intercommercial, which is just a little lighter, I would say. Yeah.
So when it comes to Ika now, what side Ika takes? The more serious or the lighter side?
Well, last year was an introduction, and I think
The
I
icebreaker.
was a bit on the more serious side. So this year, I will be a little more relaxed. My song still has, a little bit of that seriousness in it, but it's I think it's well balanced. Yeah, I would say so.
Ika, honestly, great work, honestly. Before we go any further, could you just, cause you said you have music already, is it out
Yeah.
on any platforms anywhere people can tune into it?
Oh, well, my famous song, Crazy, which was done by Libo a long time ago, Tempest Era, you will go onto YouTube and you just type Ika, EKA, Crazy, and it will come up. You'll see the flag. Oh, you'll see the flag. And as the picture.
Right.
And then you'll hear the song.
All right.
So that's just one of the most popular ones. for sure.
Excellent. Well, St. Lucia, until next Thursday, I guess you could go onto YouTube and search Ika Crazy and listen to that song and others as well, Vivo
Yes.
Fine, and so on, all right? And of course, Ika, I will wish you all the best.
Thank you.
In the intercommercial.
Oh,
all
yes.
right?
I wish myself the best too, because boy.
I'm very excited to see what you bring for us, all right? Continuing, of course, with all the palancing, we also chimed in with the chairperson of the Gros Carnival Committee, because community carnival is what makes up Carnival on the whole, all right? So let's say what Axel has to say with regards to Gros Carnival. I hear some big things are coming up this year. Let's see what he has to say. DBS family, I don't know about y'all, but I will talk for my people. Guys, man, I born and raised Marisil, and Marisil is in Grosile. And in my opinion, I don't know about y'all, but the best community carnival is none other than Grosile Carnival. You understand what I'm saying? And who better to speak about Grosile Carnival than the newly inducted chairperson himself, Axel Philip. My brother, welcome to DBS Morning. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I mean, what an introduction for that.
Of course.
Thank you very much for having me. I mean, like I told you, chairperson of Gros Carnival Committee, and let me say, a lot has been happening, a lot is happening, a lot will happen, not only for this year, but for next year also. But right now, I think we're here to speak on what we're actually planning and what we brought in new for Gros Carnival 2026.
Right. A lot is expected, and from what I've heard in the pipelines, a lot is coming this year for Gros Carnival. So I don't know if you could let some of those cats out the bag for us, because Telusha wants to know.
Okay, so first and foremost, to the latter, you can see almost at the end of our national carnival that is happening around the 20th, 21st of July.
Right.
Gros Carnival falls on the last weekend in the month and beginning of the next month, which is the 1st to the 2nd. But our journey has already started. we have a number of activities, a number of events, fringe events that we have planned. And first and foremost, we have the bands that have already launched their costumes, they've launched their sections, they're giving their prices, and they're doing a lot of pop-ups and a lot of fringe events again nonetheless. But what the committee now is doing is engaging those carnival bands to make the experience a bit different for them in the community on the whole. Now, Gros is a commercial hub. And for some, when you hear Gros, you'll think about Gros Friday night, street party. And that is something that has been booming and has been continuing for years upon years. And I don't think anything can come close to what Gros Carnival and the street party gives. So this is what we want to give people. We want people to know that, hey, you're coming to Gros, and Gros is something that would be able to, any product that comes out of Gros is something that somebody would want.
Right.
I can be honest and say that probably in the past that we have not gotten the full participation or the full experience of Gros Carnival. A lot of elements were missing, structure policies putting in place, and also getting rooted to understanding our carnival band and carnival band leaders and the people most important on the whole.
Right.
This year what we have done, we have introduced a number of fringe events that is sponsored and will be brought to you by the Gros Carnival Committee. One of those would be what we would call the Explosion of Colors event that we're having. It's a paint and powder event developed specifically for the band leaders to generate revenue from that.
Right.
So the committee is the one covering the cost of everything. There is a cost to it. It's actually $80 for the tickets. So we do have special offers coming along the line if you reach out to the different bands. And the bands actually come to sell their products out there because most of the band leaders are shop owners also, bar owners from Gros, and they can use that opportunity to actually come and just generate some income for themselves.
So this is very community-based, right?
Community-based, right through.
Excellent.
The other is what we call the night masses, which are one of the biggest events that we're actually trying to push, again, for a different experience in Gros, and nowhere in St. Lucia on Island that you find any community carnival doing this right now. One may say that, hey, it's probably similar to a lime jam, it's similar to this, it's similar, but no, it's an experience that we're selling in Gros. We're bringing something different in, and the night mass is one of those that will be able to capture a person's eyes because it's actually happening on the first day parade of the band, so it's not the usual you parade from one end to another.
Right.
And again, it's a way of helping because we heard the cry from our band leaders that the 2 days is somewhat too much of a thing for them. So we've alluded to just the one day for them, which is the Sunday, and the first day being that the committee kind of controls that because we did it in the past. But we give it a different tone, we give it a different vibe. So the night mass basically is an event that is enclosed where you come, you jump up. In this area, we have performances, we have DJs coming through. We actually have a band straight out of Martinique that will be coming to showcase their, heritage and culture and stuff. It's one of those kind of folk bands with their drums, their taboos, and all this kind of thing of that sort.
Wow.
So they will be joining us for Gros Carnival. And from that jump up in there, because at the time it's alluded from 6 to 12 at midnight, and the night mass is kind of like a run-off name kind of thing that we try to do with it. So when you think of mass, you think of, and people think of midnight mass and all those things. So at midnight, So it's a different element. There's an actual night like a warrior, and there's the night where it actually comes at night, the midnight mass. At midnight, what we do, we branch off from that enclosed area and we start parading in our colors because we're going to have glow sticks, we're going to have glow bands, laser lights also because it's a laser project that we're actually calling it. And what we do, we parade around the promenade in Bosseju. And that is the first experience and one of the only experience that we're bringing to our community carnival.
So, you've mentioned explosion of colors, you've mentioned night mass, the parade itself on the day, fringe events happening between all of that. There's a lot going on for Gros Carnival. Yeah. And of course, I'm encouraging each and every one of you, especially the Gros out there. Guys, come on. It's our time. Well, I mean, national first, but right after, we're keeping the energy going. It's our time afterwards. Let's capitalize, let's enjoy, let's have a good time, all right? Now, if all what you heard from before, you know you can't do none of them things and go and balance yourself if you're not fit, focused, and healthy, like Gros likes to say. All right? SocaCize is up next, so let's get a bit of action going, yeah? Stick around.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine is Sarah and myself, Shani. Let's get ready to flaunt with the SocaCize. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a cardio soca jam. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no.
We're gonna step, tap.
Look where we reach again. End up in a party in the streets again. Even though I never wanna
4,
cheat, it's 1,000,
3, 2, let's add the leg, up, and 4, 3. Now we're on the stage, We're the backup dancers. Let's go, twist. Roll it. Hey. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for the road. Let's go. Roll it. 4, 3, 2. Next side, tap, and 4, 3, 2. Let's add the leg. Let's go. Hey. 4, 3. Left hand and hey. Again. Hey. Let's go. First side with the knee. And 4, 3. Now we're going to build on it. Add the arm. Up and squeeze. Hey. 4, 3, 2. Let's go. All right. Roll it. Roll it. We're going to the other side with the arm. And 4, 3, 2, 1. That was this morning's session. We hope you are feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Have a wonderful day.
And with that, all amazing things must come to an end, including this week. It's Friday, all right? Go out, have some fun, or just stay home and relax. Whatever you choose to do, it's up to you. It's your prerogative, all right? But throughout the day, at least, drink some water, mind your business, be kind to somebody, champion whatever cause you're doing, as long as it's a good one. And of course, catch us right back here, same time, same place, on Monday for another DBS This Morning. I'm your boy Vision. Maureen, get better, my love. You're working hard. All right, stick around. Monday, catch you again. See you then.